All right, so I welcome you to another film recommendation video. These are my five favorite Bollywood or Hindi language films. So the first film that I'd like to talk about is Jab We Met by Imtiaz Ali, and it came out in 2007. It's basically the story of two people from different parts of society, um, and they come together to. So there's a wealthy businessman, and he is going through a lot of personal struggles, business struggles, and his family and personal relationships and professional life is breaking down. So he decides to leave everything and go off on a train. Um, and on this train journey, he meets a girl who is going on her own journey to meet someone that she's committed to in a relationship. Through this train journey, they get to know each other, and then eventually they go off on their own different paths. This wealthy businessman gets a newfound passion for life after meeting this carefree young woman, and he goes back to his business. He sorts out his personal and professional life, and he hopes that this girl is doing well. He is really attracted to her, but he knows that she is in a relationship with someone else, and he hopes that she's doing good. One day, the family of this girl comes back to him and asks him where that girl is. And he is shocked because he thought the girl would go back to her family, tell them about this person she's with. So he goes out to see where he left this girl, and she's actually in the same place he left her. And the person that she wanted to get married to decided to end that relationship, because of which she was heartbroken and she decided to take up a temporary job as a teacher in a small school in that small town. Slowly now the roles get reversed, and he becomes the person that tries to motivate her and give her a sense of spirit in life. I just think it's a very cute love story. It speaks about how travel can change your perspective on life, about meeting people from different parts of from different backgrounds can open your view on what really matters in life, about how everyone has their own challenges and struggles, but it really gives you hope. It makes you really happy. It's such a beautiful film, and that's my recommendation number one. Number two is Kapur and Sons by Shakun Batra. It came out in 2016. This is basically the story of a family that stays in a small hill station in India, and there are two brothers. Both of them stay abroad, and their family parents stay in India. Um, Both of them want to be writers. One of them does really well. The other one is still struggling as a writer, but their parents' marriage is also going through some struggle. So I think it's really a family drama, and there's a lot of tension among family members for unsaid things, like there is in most families. And I think it's really well written because the tension keeps building until it completely bursts, and you also experience that emotional catharsis as the characters go through their own journeys. Love the setting, love the cast, and the film is just really, really nice to watch. And I hope they make more such family dramas in the Hindi language film industry. The next film is came out in 2020, directed by Anubhav Sinha. There's a couple whose relationship is going really well, and then the husband slaps the wife in a public incident, in a public party, and that sends shockwaves through the entire family and this relationship. The wife decides to divorce the husband, and the husband doesn't understand why. And then in this movie, I think I Anubhav Sinha's filmmaking is something I've observed for a very long time. He does this really good thing about showing repetition to show the routine of life, and then he breaks it with like a sudden scene, and then he shows the same scene but broken down in different ways. For instance, the main character in this film, she is really happy in the first half of the film, doing her tasks, and then second half, that routine completely breaks and she does different things every day. So I think it just speaks about the unsaid things in a relationship, about how you can build a relationship, about how each person is going through different stages, and just because you are married doesn't mean everything is okay. And yeah, I think this is a really nice film, and just makes you think about your values and the more important things in life. My next recommendation is this film called Hazaron Qaumi. It came out in 2003, directed by Sudhir Mishra. And I think this film taught me a lot about politics, in addition to like an amazing character graph. The three main characters, played by KK Menon, Chitrangada Singh, and Shiny Ahuja, are university students, and you just see how, because the movie shows you their lives from university all the way up to their mid 30s or 40s, about how the optimism of youth changes in your 30s and 40s, and it becomes more practical. About how your views change politically, about how your views change romantically, about how your views changed aspirationally. So, really beautiful film about how, you know, people evolve from their 20s to 30s to 40s, and also how you evolve in the backdrop of a country. So, that's my third recommendation. Hazaru Kwaishe, and beautiful characters, beautiful film. Highly recommend it. And my fifth recommendation is Love Ajkal by Imtiaz Ali. Um, this is a really, really nice film. Again, Imtiaz Ali, as you can see, is one of my favorite directors. I really like some of his early films like Chubby Mat, Love Ajkal, Rockstar. And I think this tells you a lot about modern relationships. Two people have different career aspirations. So they go in different directions, and they realize that um, they value their relationship more than their career, and they both have to make sacrifices to be in the same place, and they eventually come back together. But the thing that really hits home with this film is how they come to that realization. I think Saif Ali Khan's character is the one the story is told from. He has this conversation with an older restaurant owner, um, who shows him that, you know, the restaurant owner talks about his own love story and tells him that this is how I went about doing things in my life, and this is how you should end up doing things in your life. I think it's really nice how love was depicted in earlier times and modern times. And it's just such a beautiful film that I really, really enjoyed. I think one of my favorite like love stories, and I think the cast and the crew did a really good job. It has good songs, good music. And yeah, it's just a really nice film overall that I would highly recommend. Again, full credit to the cast. Though I mentioned just the director's name in most of these videos, please go through the efforts of each member of the cast and crew. So these are my current top five Hindi films. I mean, there are so many, special mentions: Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, Masoom, Dil Chahta Hai, um, Three Idiots, Tare Zameen Par, um, that I did not mention in this list. I think I really enjoy watching more modern cinema after the 1990s or 2000s is when I started really watching more cinema. But there's a lot of films from the 1980s, 1970s that I think are also really good. Another film, Ardha Shastra, that I really liked. Sholay is something I really like watching. Um, Kal Ho Na Ho, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. Some great love stories in the Hindi film industry overall, and some great family dramas as well. But yeah, these are my top five Hindi language Bollywood films.